like me to talk about the light board?
Well, tell me who you are and what you're doing, and we'll go around and look at everything.
Great. I'm Harvey Starr. I'm the CEO and designer at Starr Labs. I'm the founder, I suppose. And we're here at the NAMM show. We've got some of our things on display. We're showing off our Midi wireless technology, which is fairly generic, and it'll work with any Midi device. It also handles USB, and you can plug it into your computer. You can interface to computers or any Midi stuff. Also, we have LED technology, which you're welcome to take a little around.
And then
the LEDs are Midi controllable. In this case, we're running everything wirelessly. It's bi-directional wireless. So in the case what Grant is playing, guitar is playing wirelessly into the, in this case it's a module, Roland module. In this case, the lighting is generated on board. There's a number of lighting effects that are embedded into it. There's a Midi control language that has a certain set of scripts, if you will. So when you give it the right command in Midi, it'll swirl the notes around, or scroll them this way, or scroll them that way, or change the color. And there's about 100 different things you can do with it. Likewise, all those things can be streamed in from an external computer, either wired or wirelessly, so that you can control the lighting externally for any number of reasons. One real good reason is if you're running Ableton Live. In that case, the controller is mapped to run the session view in Ableton, or anything in Ableton, run step sequence or anything. And likewise, our Ableton script is set up so that it will send the lighting information back from your session view dynamically to light the lights on the fingerboard, basically mimic what the console is telling you. So it's a portable and wireless Ableton controller. That's the goal there.
So how did you start on this? How did you come to this?
The fingerboard has evolved over nearly 20 years. Started out, I wanted to build a tapping instrument way back when, and I wanted to drive synthesizers, so the fingerboard came about, and then we started to add some other accessories onto it, like string triggers and other bits and pieces, breath controllers, and all the other things. Being an electronic engineer, you know, anything that's available into the off-the-shelf technology you want to use to whatever purpose suits you, you know. So we started adding in things, accelerometers and other nonsense. And then when the lighting came along, I guess it was Ableton to some degree, because we realized we could simply color our keys. I had a set of keys made in various colors of plastic, and then I dedicated those keys to look like the session view in Ableton. So we ran with that for a year or two, and it seemed like the obvious thing to do for that reason, so that you could run dynamically in Ableton session. Likewise, if someone wants to do guitar tunings, we went around and around with different ways to set up the fingerboard so that you could show different kinds of tunings. Again, the only versatile way to do that is if you have onboard lighting. So again, you know, we have tunings in our guitars, you know. You just bring them up, you can tune it any way you like. So in that case, that was another reason to have lighting on there. Another reason is for guitar teaching systems. Someone wants to teach you where to put your fingers. It's a way to stream in the lighting information externally, say from another computer or even through an internet connection. Someone can, people can share their fingerings, and it's a teaching system. So there are a few compelling reasons why to put lights on the fingerboard. That's the summary of the lighting system. It has other little bits and pieces to it.
So it's an amazingly sophisticated piece of kit, but it's actually pretty intuitive to play.
Well, I like to think so. We try. I mean, it comes up like a guitar. So we put fret markers on there. knowing that a guitarist needs fret markers. So the fret markers will underlay all the rest of the colors unless you shut them off. But in most cases, if you're playing dynamically in colors, say you're doing effects, the colors are going crazy all over the fingerboard. Still, when you stop doing that, there are your fret markers. So you can always see that, you know, unless you're not a guitarist and that gets in your way. Or say you're doing an Ableton session and it doesn't, fret markers wouldn't make any sense, then you disable that. In the case of Ableton, you know, it's pretty clear how that works. And the C launch keys always appear in the column, and the stop clips keys always show in a row. So that part's pretty clear.
Right on.
We have actually a bunch of embedded tunings in there. One nice tuning that we use, we take all the white keys of the piano and give each of them a separate color, 7 colors. So when you bring that up, all the letter names show, so you can actually read the fingerboard, as opposed to what guitarists normally have to go through with reading fret markers, and you just have to learn it. Regularly with a guitar, you just have to learn it. But this way you can actually read it. And of course all the accidentals are, we leave them off, so they're black essentially.
Nice.
That's another way to do it. Another way to do it is we take the black and white keys of the piano and we color them black and white. So it shows a very unique pattern. Again, it's another way to read the fingerboard.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it, and good luck with your endeavor. It's awesome.
Cool.